forecast and beyond into next week. A beautiful view there from RRMC. Thank those folks for that, Cam. Mostly sunny sky in that direction. And we're checking out Natchez. A little bit more cloudiness up there. See some nice towers there and some nice countryside as well. Checking out things beyond the cams. First of all, we've got the live radar for you in the region. See showers and thunderstorms just kind of scattered around. But for the most part, they're missing SINLAV for today. We've had about 30 to 40% coverage yesterday and the day before. We're not getting anywhere near that for today, although we still see a few isolated showers and thunderstorms there in portions of Sabine Parish. But if you notice the motion, and I'll do this for an hour, yesterday and previous days, when we had less than 10% coverage days, the activity was coming in out of the northeast, headed toward the southwest. Today, there's very little motion in this, so a little bit of a pattern change as far as the circulation is concerned. Let's check out things on a larger scale then. Yeah, I see this front. Don't worry about that. It's not going to come through here. No hope for that just yet. So we're kind of stuck in this pattern before things change up, I think, as we get out of the weekend and into the first part of next week. So your futurecast coming through your evening, Thursday evening, if you got some errands to do or some a little entertainment or something like that. I don't think there's much of an issue for rain. I'd say near 0% coverage. And then once we get into Friday morning commute, I think things are going to be okay there, except maybe some problem areas with a little patchy fog in some locations. So now watch out for that in case it happens. Friday, going back home from work and school, we've got hit, miss, a shower or a thunderstorm, but the coverage will be pretty low. I've only got 10% up for your Friday, and that's good news for Friday evening fever. Well, we've got the forecast through Friday evening and games end. I think things will be dissipating and decreasing during that time frame. So I expect a little, if any, impact on football games from storms and rain on Friday. So let's check things out way out in the tropical Atlantic, where, of course, we can see this system. First of all, you see this kind of a pitiful little naked swirl there, okay? That is Tropical Storm Gabrielle. But look on the east side where we see a burst of convection starting. So that might be the first indications of a strengthening trend that will be coming in this weekend. Now let's go a little bit farther to the east. You saw some concentrated convection there, but it dissipated. But out ahead of this one, this little bit of reorganization coming in there, some new cells developing. But one thing I want to call your attention to as well would be this tropical wave coming off the coast of Africa, and there appears to be another one behind it. So Nick and I will be watching all that stuff in the coming days. So Tropical Storm Gabrielle, here we go with the motion west-northwest, and you see a little bit of a northwesterly turn as we head into the weekend, then north and then northeast. So on that track, the Leeward and Windward Islands are missed. Bermuda, well, this track is a little bit east of there, but closer maybe for some indirect impacts at this point with this particular track. Okay, now notice that the latest guidance from the Hurricane Center has this category 2 as it passes by Bermuda and heads toward the northeast. As far as our forecast is concerned, nowhere near the Gulf. SINLAV, you missed this one. And the East Coast, the worst I think that would happen there might be some rip currents and some high surf. So Tropical Storm Gabrielle, 700 miles east-northeast of the northern Leeward Islands, moving west-northwest on a compass heading. That tells you exactly where it needs to go, or is going at 300 degrees at 13 miles an hour. Maximum sustained winds at 50. I think that was generous earlier in the day. And then a lowest surface pressure, pretty much where it was yesterday, 29.65 inches. So things have been steady state or even a little weaker since I saw you yesterday, but I think that's going to change some this weekend. Northwesterly turn expected this weekend, as you saw on the track, then north and northeast into early next week. Keeps it away from SINLAV and the islands and the east coast of the United States. It should begin strengthening Saturday and Saturday night probably, and become a hurricane by Sunday. Okay, so that is the skinny on what's happening with Gabrielle. That second system I'm talking about, that tropical wave coming off Africa right now, Hurricane Center gives it a 20% once it reaches this region of the central tropical Atlantic. Nothing yet on the system behind the system, okay? But I'm pretty sure they'll be putting something out on that in two or 3 days anyway. So that's your tropical roundup. So morning fog, patchy fog, that's why I got the question mark there. Some folks may not see fog in the morning, others will. 10% chance of rain, partly cloudy and a hot day. 66 is a typical morning low for this time of year. Likewise for Saturday, it's still hot Sunday, 92, 93 those days. Leaves room for some middle 90s. 20% chance of rain on Sunday. I'll zero it out there on Saturday. So the next 3 days, not expecting much. We'll start to see an uptick in the action on Monday as a pattern change begins to try to come in from the northwest. We'll see a downturn in daytime temperatures for the remainder of next week. Looks like 80s will dominate instead of the 90s like we've seen lately. And morning lows pretty warm there for Monday and Tuesday, indicating more humidity, more moisture in the air. And remember, that's the raw material for precipitation. That's how you make precipitation with water vapor, okay, which we feel is humidity, and it feels uncomfortable. So some showers and thunderstorms. I got 30% beginning Monday, an increase on Tuesday, and then back decrease Wednesday as the system passes through, and then Thursday zeroing out the rain chances on that day, and a little bit cooler, maybe down to 65 degrees there. So not really reflective of a cold front, more or less the passage of an upper level system and just slightly drier air coming in, drier air mass coming in behind that. So nothing major. This isn't the major front that you want for your fall season, although a little while back, earlier this month, we did see some nice temperature readings there. Okay, I'm through. Nick Mickels will be back with you in the morning, and I plan to stream sometime about this time for tomorrow. Take care, and hope your Friday is